Okay, well, I wrote out a thing here about the bear markets. Basically, as everything was just going up unrelentingly, and much like 2020, I was shorting the market as it went up, which was stupid because like Rivian IPO'd at like over $100 billion valuation, and they had sold like 50 trucks or something. And I'm pulling out my hair going, what the fuck is wrong with everybody? How does everybody think that this can just continue indefinitely? Who the fuck is buying this? You had Coinbase IPOing and like rallying to close to $100 billion. Interest rates were at zero. You had trillions of dollars just pouring into the markets. Investors are throwing money at fucking video game retailers and movie theater chains and getting crazy rich. Just all the signs were
Everyone's spacking their goddamn dicks off.
And they're spacking companies that had no revenues but had literal PowerPoint presentations projecting like 5 years from now, $10 billion in revenue. And that was enough to SPAC.
Dude, come on. Birds are going to be everywhere.
Oh, the scooters? Yeah, and that stock's down like 99%. Chamath Palihapitiya, every single one of his SPACs,
of course.
just diarrhea. Diarrhea that broke the plumbing. Anyway, you had everybody getting stupid rich. You had unprofitable tech companies going public at these nutso valuations. Companies are raising billions of dollars through SPACs. And here I am. I feel like a fucking moron for not taking advantage of this. We should have started a company.
Dude, I'll tell you what.
What?
I was just reading this article by Derek Thompson in The Atlantic, and it's about the millennial lifestyle subsidy. We're all watching the economy like change before our eyes, right?
Yeah.
Now, because there was all this cheap money. And so he says, if you woke up on a Casper mattress, worked out with a Peloton, Ubered to a WeWork, ordered on DoorDash for lunch, took a lift home, and ordered dinner through Postmates, only to realize your partner had already started on a Blue Apron meal, your household had in one day interacted with 8 unprofitable companies that collectively lost about $15 billion in 1 year.
Yeah, we're fucking morons for not trying to get money from Silicon Valley.
Right. And it made sense for them because they were taking all these big bets. They just needed one to be the next Facebook or to be the next whatever, and it would all be worth it, right?
And even then, it was already worth it because they went public at such sky-high valuations. Right. They all made their money.
It's insane.
It is insane.
But all that's
stupid.
All that's going to go away, though. DoorDash used to be able to get you food for super cheap. Like, people are going to have to start paying what it actually costs for things.
Yeah.
And it's going to hurt.
DoorDash and all that shit is making food more expensive, I think, just by virtue of existing, and just prices have to go up. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I find this all very interesting, though. I could have never expected that we'd have this show as all of this is unfolding right in front of us.
I wish that we had it when GameStop was happening, because that was the most thrilling, and I feel like that was when people were absolutely the most actively engaged. And you know that I owned 5,000 shares of GameStop at like
Yeah.
$16,
And you
right?
sold it.
I sold it at like $16.
I mean, this one's more sad than anything. I think we're in for a tough time with the potential recession coming.
I don't know. I have a lot to say about that. I don't think that a recession is necessarily going to happen for a few just very basic reasons. But just real fast on the bear market, people were seeing like 100% year-over-year revenue growth, and companies were like overhiring and overpaying people. They were overpaying for acquisitions, and it just felt like all the good times would never end. And then suddenly it all flips. It went from peak euphoria to peak fear. The thing is, though, and I think this is indicative of how everybody feels, when you spend that much time in peak euphoria, aka like a year and a half, 2 years like we just did, a reversion to the mean feels a lot more painful than it actually is. You know?
Oh, yeah. There's going to be a big difference, especially with people our age. People's net worths, especially millennials, have like halved very quickly.
Yeah. If they're in growth tech and stuff.
Well, like a lot of people were in crypto. That's getting cut in a big way. A lot of people were in growth stocks. A lot of people who are working for these tech companies and growth companies are taking stock compensation.
Yeah.
And that's all going to start going way down.
There are job offers that are getting rescinded. I keep seeing headlines about. To put it all in context, the market has dropped considerably over the last few months, but we're still well above the highs of 2020 before the big crash. I believe the S&P was around 3,200, 32 or 3,300 when we peaked in 2020. The S&P is now at like 3,700. We're still higher than that. But yeah, like a reversion to the mean feels pretty brutal, but I did it away from the mic. Doing it away from the mic, I feel like satisfies people, because there were some people in the comments saying like free Ben's burps. It wouldn't matter if 100 people said burp into the mic. If there's that one person who doesn't like it, I'm going to try to be considerate to that person.
A couple of the comments were like, it's gross. It's just like,
I get it.
Feeling like someone's burping in my ear.
It's disgusting. I understand.
And look, I know we got a couple of little freakers listening who want to feel like they're getting burped into. Okay.
Burp in your mouth.
Ben's playing to the freaks always.
Always playing to the freaks.